Hi, welcome to the Balanced Body Podcast. I'm Stacy Sims and I own Pendleton Pilates in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm an instructor and an educator here at Pendleton, as is Rachel Apple. Rachel is also 18 weeks pregnant. So the exercise we're going to do today, she doesn't have to modify anything at all. But if you're pregnant, and especially if you haven't been doing Pilates, just check with your doctor to make sure that your doctor feels as though this is a safe program for you. Alrighty, so today we're going to talk about the hip flexor. The hip flexor, basically the job of the hip flexor is to, I'm going to use you to steady myself, is essentially to, guess what? Flex at the hip. So it's a really important, actually it's quite a few muscles working together. But what tends to happen for a lot of us, especially runners and people who do a lot of weight-bearing exercises on the legs, this muscle becomes chronically tight. And I'm going to turn Rachel sideways for a second. And if you think about it, if this basic muscle here, this hip flexor muscle, is chronically tight, and imagine tight means shortened, so what that's going to do is it's going to pull her pelvis out of alignment. And it also, what it does if you have really tight hip flexors, it also makes it very difficult for the low abdominal muscles to engage, which, as we know, in Pilates is a very important part of the practice, the transversus muscle and the deep abdominals. So go ahead and sit back up nice and tall. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically show you a wonderful exercise, which is a constructive rest position, which means that the whole goal of the exercise is relaxation, which is going to be fantastic. So we're going to use this box, but you could also use the side of your couch, anything that's going to be about this much of an elevation that has a flat supported surface on the top. And Rachel, essentially what she's going to do is lie down, and she's going to basically put the bend of the knee right at the edge of the box, and she's going to relax. This position, what happens in this position is that it supports the body in such a way that these hip flexor muscles automatically relax. I think in our culture, what happens is that we get so attracted to the idea of a strong muscle, and we think that strength building is always about the contraction of the muscle or the work of the muscle. So where we kind of feel the pain, we feel the burn, we feel the contraction. That's where we feel like the value proposition is. But in fact, the strongest muscle is a muscle that has the full range of motion, i.e., it can be completely relaxed and then move to a fully constricted, fully engaged position. So this is basically the entire exercise. Once Rachel or any of your clients or of you working at home, once you can feel what it feels like to relax your hip flexor, you're going to be able to return to that feeling when you need it. The other thing, so you might want to spend 10 minutes or so a day. Your body will really thank you if you stay in this constructed rest position. The other thing that you can also do then is to start to see if you can lift your abdominal muscles without incorporating the hip flexors. Can you constrict the pelvic floor without incorporating the hip flexors? Can you squeeze your sitting bones together without incorporating the hip flexors? It's just an opportunity to slow down and start feeling the deep muscles of the whole pelvic area and the low abdominal area. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.